Breaking news. The Island Boys are already broke, but Akon is also heading in the wrong direction with obstacles in his way. Why are the Island Boys facing such issues? You can learn more about it soon.
He's getting evicted. He hasn't paid a bill. I helped.
The current situations of the Island Boys is even worse than before. To say it's worse than before, they were once homeless, but now their condition has deteriorated even further, something neither the brothers nor their family could have ever imagined. Why did this happen? To know the reasons, stay tuned.
The Island Boys could take a few lessons from Hawk Tuah on how to cash in while the fame is hot. Sadly for them, they weren't able to pull off a crypto scam in time.
For those who don't know, Hawk Tuah Girl also went viral and earned sudden fame, much like the Island Boys. However, the key difference is that Hawk Tuah Girl managed to scam $500 million in just a couple of hours by leveraging her fame and selling a get-rich-quick scheme. Hawk.
Yeah, well, it turns out that Hawk Tuah Girl's a scammer, allegedly, and people are calling for her arrest. Damn.
But don't think that just because the Island Boys didn't pull off something similar, they're any better. The Island Boys' viral fame came with a bad attitude. They were arrogant and couldn't handle criticism. This lack of humility made it impossible for them to connect with people the way Hawk Tuah Girl did. Even if the Island Boys had launched a get-rich-quick scam, no one would have trusted them, that's for sure. So what do you think? If the Island Boys had come up with a similar scheme, would you have invested?
The Island Boys could take a few lessons from Hawk Tuah on how to cash in while the fame is hot. Sadly for them, they weren't able to pull off a crypto scam in time.
That's exactly what I'm saying. To pull off something like that, you first need to connect with people. But with the kind of bad attitude the Island Boys have, they never truly connected with anyone. This lack of connection is exactly what's leading them to be homeless in 2025. A shocking downfall for two people who used to earn $40,000 a day at the peak of their fame.
Flyysoulja recently confirmed on TikTok that his brother KodiyakRedd is now homeless.
Many people predicted long ago that the Island Boys would eventually become homeless due to various reasons, and the major reason was their attitude and careless spending on useless materialistic things. You can check their attitude by watching this video where one of the brothers went to a gym. They got into an argument with another guy and started charging at him, saying inappropriate things knowing they had a bodyguard to protect them. Things quickly escalated as the Island Boys kept provoking the other person, trying to act tough while relying on their bodyguard.
Hey, how about you do it? How about you do it, big guy?
Hey, just swing, man.
Come on, you got space out too. Do it.
Just swing.
Do it.
I don't know why you want to look at yourself in the mirror. You're ugly as fuck.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Red.
Do it.
I'll be totally honest. I want to thank God on behalf of the Island Boys, because when a 50-kilogram guy tries to threaten a 150-kilogram man, it's pure luck that things didn't go south. Otherwise, even their bodyguard wouldn't have been able to save them.
Just swing.
Why would I swing it twice? I got more money than you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this. When the Island Boys first got newly rich, they used their wealth as a weapon. Whenever they were about to lose an argument, they would bring up the fact that they had more money than the other person. This attitude was also one of the biggest reasons for their downfall. The Island Boys were inches away from getting knocked out, but thank God their bodyguard handled the situation wisely.
Hey, I'm from the hood. I don't do no talking.
I don't know why you. I don't know why you're talking. I'm not talking.
Y'all niggas doing all this talking.
The Island Boys were very viral YouTubers, but their actions had an impact on society, which the general public was often not able to accept. This was evident in their podcast and other appearances where they had to face this issue directly. The question is, what about the Island Boys kissing each other? What kind of kiss is that? Due to their actions, society may start to use things that are not good for the community. A lot of their behavior, which has been heavily criticized, actually led to their downfall. In this interview, the host jokingly mocked them, asking them to kiss each other, a thing they've done before, and suggested they recreate it in a playful way. However, they couldn't take it lightly. So my question is, if you can't handle or listen to jokes about things you've already done, then why do them in the first place?
Yeah, that's what you say, right? But at the end of the day, let's keep it 100 because we got both of y'all here too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what's going on with the that's with you two kissing each other and
Bro, shut your ass before I break this shit.
Things quickly escalate as the Island Boys turn defensive and start pressing the host, but their attempt backfires, leaving them looking foolish.
Hey, yo, that ass, I would love to see you try that.
Bro, what are you talking about?
I would love to see you try that. Who the are you standing up in front of? Chill. Try that shit.
The current situation of the Island Boys is very bad, but because of their past actions, people are treating their current state as a joke and don't want to trust them anymore. Back when they had everything, their behavior was entirely different from what it is now. Since they have lost so much, people are skeptical about whether they would revert to their old ways if they regained their previous status. This is why people are hesitant to believe in them.
So that being said, it was a good test run. It just didn't work out. I didn't see eye to eye with a lot of them. They didn't have the same mindset as me or my brother, and it wasn't gonna work out. So that being said, it's me and my brother again. So yeah, it's not fair on their part. It's not fair on our part. We have all this jewelry. We have all this money. You know, it's not fair. So it's time to move on to bigger things. Y'all be easy. I hope you guys understand. I apologize for the inconvenience.
First you make mistakes, then you apologize. But apologies don't erase everything you've done. In my opinion, it's too late for the Island Boys to be humble now, like in this video. If you guys had been this humble from the start, things could have been a lot different than they are now. What is the main reason for the Island Boys ending up in this situation? The reason is that they got heavily involved in controversies, and I agree with this. If their bad actions hadn't been called out or made controversial, they wouldn't have ended up like this, and they wouldn't have realized how wrong their actions were. Despite going through such a difficult period, they still can't gain the trust or empathy of the general public because of their previous behavior, which people strongly disliked.
After their viral success, it seems these boys were a little too confident in their musical ability.
The way the Island Boys initially arose in the music industry was completely fake, because they had no real knowledge about music. This is evident when you listen to their songs. That's why they got views back then. And that's also why they still get views now, but for the wrong reasons. The general public has learned to distinguish quality, which is why they no longer take them seriously.
After their viral success, it seems these boys were a little too confident in their musical abilities, not realizing their fame came entirely from the spectacle, not any raw talent.
The reason the Island Boys are in this situation today is clear. They didn't value the money they earned.
$200 a day to $40,000 a day overnight.
Since the money kept coming in, they didn't save or use it wisely and instead spent it on the wrong things. If they had saved that money back then and avoided bad decisions, their lives wouldn't be in this state today. They are entirely responsible for their current situation, as they created it themselves. Otherwise, everything could have been fine.
They went from making $200 a day to $40,000 a day overnight.
How much money did y'all have at that time? Were y'all broke?
$10,000.
Who's getting $200 a day?
As you all know, one of the Island Boys got married.
Oh, she's an island mom. Oh, she's an island mom. And you an island baby girl. Yeah.
If they don't revive themselves now, it will cause problems when it comes to raising their kids. As you know, having kids means taking responsibility. You can't live the same way you did when you were single. It's no longer just about you. It's about you, her, and the baby. This is the high time to focus on your career and make positive changes. But instead, they're dragging themselves into deeper trouble because of their attitude, the way they talk, and the way they act. You also went from 100 to 0 really quickly. So let me know what you think caused the Island Boys to go from millionaires to broke. Please share your thoughts in the comments.